Hey there, Internet. Today we're going to be looking at Everspace 2, the recently released early access space shooter slash looter slash RPG. And unlike its predecessor, which was a roguelite, this one has removed all roguelite elements and focuses a lot more on the RPG and story elements the game has. When you die, you will just go back to a previous save, which is a welcome addition, or change, I suppose. Since Everspace 1's roguelite elements really just seemed a little tacked on, they didn't really fit in with what they were trying to do. I do enjoy a good roguelite, but it just didn't work. So today I'm going to be just hopping into my save here, just gonna pick one out, and I'll show you what this game's all about. I'm not too sure what I was doing last, so I guess we'll find out. I'm just gonna be quickly going over some of the, oh good, I'm in my home base. We're just gonna be going over some of the systems and how the game works. So right now I'm sitting in my home base. You right out of the tutorial you'll get your home base, and it's a fairly simple. You have your storage. What the heck was that? Where you can store your items. You can do all that good stuff. You have your weapons. You have two weapons, at least this ship. I believe different ships do have different slots. So my ship right now, the default ship, has two weapons, two primaries, and then two secondaries. Secondaries being missiles and mines. I haven't found a whole lot else. Primaries are quite a few. I've got an autocannon and a scattergun, but there are all sorts of weapons. Coil guns are somewhat like sniper rifles. Blasters, I'm not too sure about those. Honestly, there's quite a few. And even within the categories, there are subcategories. I found a really cool scattergun yesterday, but I crashed, unfortunately. And it had a much tighter spread, traveled a lot farther. It's very interesting. You have energy core, shield, all these different things will affect your ship in different ways. Cargo unit will increase your inventory. Very useful. You can't dismantle anything until you find a cargo unit, which is a bit odd because you do not start with one. These are sub slots. These are just items basically that you use in the heat of battle. I ran into a few difficult fights. I don't have a whole lot, but yeah, you can dismantle. Let's just dismantle. You get some parts. Those do not go into your inventory. They're automatically stored in a special crafting inventory, and then you're able to use them to modify things. There's not a lot you can do. I can increase the rarity if I had superior quality items scrapped. I can upgrade the level so it will match my level. You can only do this once for whatever reason. Again, I don't have enough rare items to do this. And adapting just lowers the item's level to your level so you can use it right away. Alright, so to craft you just hold the hotkey on an empty inventory slot. If you do not have an empty inventory slot, you obviously cannot craft. And this just lets you craft, I assume you need, blueprints. I have basically no blueprints. I'm not sure. I've never run into any. I'm not sure how to get any. I assume they're sold in shops or found like any other loot. And it looks like you can do different rarities. Yep. These all require crafting experience. I believe you get that when you're disassembling things of that rarity. So it's a very, very simple, straightforward system by the looks of it. At least so far, because I don't really have a lot. But yeah. And we also have devices, which are basically just skills. As you can see, I have an EMP and a boost. The EMP will disable enemies nearby for a short period of time. The boost will get me the heck out of a place real fast. As you can see also, there are modes. I currently have Short Circuit, which does a bit of shield damage to everything I hit, which is quite useful. You unlock them with device upgrade points, which you get every level, at least every level that I'm aware of so far, up to level 10. It works, but I do think they could streamline the system a little bit because you don't get the points back if you switch, and it's a little unrewarding just to get a device point when you level up. I do think they do have augmentation modules. I don't know how you get these. I've never gotten them. They do let you upgrade your stats a little bit. Otherwise, all you can do to upgrade them is level up and get different gear. Certain inventory items will increase. See, this one gives me utility. Currently, that's the only way I've found to upgrade these stats. So it would be nice to get a little less device upgrade points and a little more augmentation modules, but it's fine as it is. And you also have perks, which will modify your combat abilities fairly heavily. This one's not too bad. This one just killing an enemy will get my shield to recharge immediately, which is pretty awesome. But this one's quite huge. This one gives me 30% less energy use for each device on cooldown, and since I often open with both of my abilities or devices, that means 60% less energy use on my weapons for quite a while. It's about 30 seconds, I believe, is the cooldown. So that's pretty significant, so I'm curious what the rest of these are going to do. You do get them as you hit different level milestones, so at level 10 I've only unlocked these two, so I'm excited to see what else I have. You also have, each ally you get also has certain things that will upgrade you. This upgrades my tractor beam, this makes my repairs cheaper. And I just got the doctor, who gives me energy orbs when enemies die, which is quite interesting. I haven't really dealt with that yet. So this is about what I've explored so far, all these different little areas. There's little asteroid clusters, stations. And if I zoom out here, so I've mostly been in the Cedo orbit. However, there are quite a few other areas already. I've never been to any of these. I don't know how to get to them. I'm sure they offer somewhat different regions and planets and all that. But for now, the Cedo region's been fairly simple, mostly open space, mostly asteroid fields and such. Nothing too excited. There are preview pictures and videos. I've seen cities. I'd love to find one of those. I haven't found any yet. So you have your main missions, your jobs. Jobs you pick up at stations. You'll find stations. Sometimes they'll have jobs for you. I've completed a few of them. The ones I currently have, I believe I need to gather items. I have no idea where to get the items. They don't really tell you. They just want you to get them. A lack of information, I'll say right away, is probably my biggest complaint with this game so far. It is in early access, so I expect that to change. But for now, the game doesn't convey a lot of information that it probably should. I'll get to my mission site and I'll kind of show that off. Here I have reputation for the different G&B is one of the factions. I imagine there are other factions. I just haven't met them yet. It does say this is a placeholder. Challenges, just different things you can do. I don't know what. I guess you just get credits. Credits is money. Here's your stats. So I haven't seen. Let's see. What have I done? I'm level 10. My favorite ship is the Sentinel because that's all I've found. Interesting. It's a medium ship. That's interesting. The Sentinel is quite a speedy little ship. Favorite weapon, coil gun. Absolutely. I found a high efficiency coil gun. My goodness. It didn't cost any energy pretty much. And it's a ridiculously strong, almost sniper rifle like weapon. So I'm going to launch here and actually show you some gameplay. This is, of course, a space-based game. You are in a ship. You can go 360 degrees, all directions. Flip into your ship, turning around. Just as you would expect, I can just go all the way around. I am not very good at these types of games. I've never really enjoyed them until Everspace 1. I really enjoyed the concept of Everspace 1, but Everspace 1 had a few flaws that made it pretty much unplayable for me. A lot of that was tied to the roguelite system. Again, I do enjoy a good roguelite, but it just felt like Everspace 1 tacked it on, and it just didn't really work. In Everspace 2, if you die, you just reload to wherever you previously saved, which is generally whenever you enter an area, it will save. So I've got my weapons. Fairly simple. Scattergun has a bit of a charge time. I forgot to mention, they do have kinetic and energy DPS. Each ship has a shield, well, not each ship, but your ship typically, it has a shield. It has armor, and then it has the whole HP. The shield will regenerate over time if it takes damage. It's the first thing that's damaged. If that goes down, you start taking armor damage. Armor damage does not regenerate unless you destroy an enemy ship. and then it refills a certain amount. I can't remember the exact percentage. I think it's like 20% or something. I just found a container with some credits and some iron, which is a resource used to upgrade things. See, okay, here's a resource just hanging around. You can mine it by shooting it. Better to have a high DPS weapon. There we go. Alright, let's go to one of my missions. Unfortunately, I think my mission is quite far. I ended up going to my home base. Let's see here. Ghost Hunt. So let's just mark the old waypoint. And then you don't have to aim towards it, but once you hold C, it activates the jump drive, which will take you out of the current system you're in, and basically into a world map, more or less. You're just traveling through space at a rather rapid pace. Unfortunately, not as rapid as you may want when you start taking these longer distances. I do feel as though they could perhaps make a way to travel a little bit faster. Sometimes you do run into things. I'm hoping I'll find something. You'll sometimes find just random areas popping up as you're traveling, little undiscovered areas, little high-risk missions. Typically just little places you can, yeah, there's one. You can jump in there. There's probably a bunch of tough enemies that'll beat the crap out of you. That's how I lost my items last time. I got jumped by about 8 dudes. Barely made it out with my life. Honestly, I died once. I got them the second time though, but I used most of my items to do it. But the rewards are usually pretty good. Usually you get a bunch of experience, a bunch of credits, sometimes cool weapons, cool equipment. But otherwise, you'll generally just be following the missions. Alright. And right away, I've got a bunch. Oh, sniper drone. Alrighty. My weapons, unfortunately, don't have a very good range. There we go. Drones tend to be extremely weak. They'll usually do... Oh, they're all drones. Awesome. Generally, drones will do... They'll usually have a specific task. Some will shoot at you, some will try to snipe you, some will... The worst one will hold you in place. Oh, those ones are terrible. They'll hold you in place while you just get barraged by their allies. If you see there's a... Let's get a little closer. Alright, see there's a reticle. It's a little hard to tell because I am very close to these guys. Let's see this. The reticle will follow where you should be shooting because you'll have to end up leading the enemy. Obviously, because bullets do have a travel time, it does try to predict how long it's going to take for your bullets and help you shoot. Things got a little hectic, a little fast here. Let me just... Alrighty. What is... a Demolisher. They like to shoot mines at you. They're not too tough. Those mines hurt a lot if they do hit you. But typically they're a little slow. Looks like he's got a drone. I must be getting shot from... there we go. I'm probably a bit stronger than these guys. I have been doing side missions, so I'm probably a little over level. Doesn't look like it. They do seem to match your level. I'm not sure if they are or if I'm just on level. What is shooting me? Alright. There goes the drone. So I was going to talk about it's nearly impossible sometimes to find your quest objectives because they typically won't show you, and you're in a very large area. I just so happened that I spawned into where the mission was, which is not common. I'll say that right now. It's generally... I don't know why it spawned me over here. It's actually a little weird. I must have gone to a different... I think I have 3 different mission locations. Yeah, see, I went to Siren Sea. It's a very foggy area, and it legitimately took me about half an hour just flying through very unremarkable space to find the base. So I suppose I picked correct for this little outlook, just to show what a mission is like. This, I'm destroying this base. So there's turrets and batteries and explosives, and nothing too difficult. Yeah, they are level 8, so these guys are a little lower. So they're not too tough. They're okay. They're not too tough, but they are starting to overwhelm me a little bit. And that is my ultimate charged. You do have an ultimate. I'm not sure if you can change your ultimate. Let me just look here. I think it's to do with the ship, yeah. So mine, I might get a chance to show it off before I end this video. In fact, actually I'll just pop it right now. Usually I would save it for a boss, but as you can see, it does a pretty ridiculous stream of damage. It just said reinforcements. I probably want to focus on that. Okay, and you might notice I am nearly dead. That's because I have a habit of getting way too close to explosives. Things in this game like to explode, and the hitbox for explosions are much larger than you might think they are. I'm lucky. I think leveling up it just healed me completely. I was very lucky. Let's just finish up destroying this core. Nothing too exciting in this mission. Sometimes you'll have to fight a boss. Ooh, I got some good loot though. Alrighty. Wonderful. So let's go here. I probably should be paying attention to the story, but the story is a little interesting. I might good lord. I thought I already beat you guys. Alright. I'd like to show some of the story scenes. I'm assuming they're temporary because, man, they are janky. They're hard to watch. They're almost like animated scenes, but they're about 2 FPS. It's a very strange way of doing it. It's almost like a slideshow, but it's very hard to describe. So I hope I can find one real quick. Let's they just keep coming. They just keep coming. I might just abandon ship here. Not literally, I just might leave. Let's kill this guy. The scattergun's quite powerful. It's terrible against shields, but luckily these guys have not had very good shields. Oh, my inventory is full. I'll just dismantle that. It's garbage quality. Wonderful. Let's grab this item. Alright. There's more. I'm not going towards them. Okay, let's see. Let's take a quick look at what I got. I got a Gauss cannon. I saw that. What is a Gauss cannon? That looks awesome. What can I replace? Let's try my auto cannon. Let's get that out. Okay, that's my scatter. Oh, Gauss cannons. You know, it looks a little wimpy. I promise. There we go. There we go. It's quite good. Quite good. I remember having a Gauss cannon before, and it was ridiculous. I only replaced it because, unfortunately, I started to out-level it. As you can see, it has 1,200 meter range, which is quite good. Most guns don't have that. My scattergun's about 5,500 or 550, which is pretty average scattergun. The coil gun, I think, has the highest range I've ever seen at 2,000. It's pretty much, like I said, a sniper rifle. The blaster, about 800. 1,300 beam laser. Yeah, so 1,300. It's pretty average. So yeah, it's a lot of good weapons. Here, let's take a look. I need to leave the area for it to save. Let's do that, because I don't want to have to do that again. Alright, let's just enter the Siren Sea. I'll make a quick show of how confusing. Normally, like I said, not that easy to find your mission objective once I load in. Yeah, just clusters of enemies. And, hey, look, a beacon. This video is determined to prove me wrong. Normally, you spawn nowhere near this. I'm going to leave because I just wanted to save, and there are quite a few enemies, and one of them's a Weber. I just saw that. So we're gonna get the heck out of here. Alright, I think that's going to be it for my brief look at Everspace 2. I will be jumping into a cutscene shortly after this, but first I'd just like to say that this is a $39.99 USD or your regional equivalent game. It is in early access, so you'll have to decide for yourself if it's worth jumping in now or waiting later for maybe a sale or a bit more content. They do have a fairly ambitious roadmap. It does look like they're going to be adding and fleshing out quite a few things. They're going to be doing a lot of quality of life, fast travel I did see on there. New regions, more levels, more perks, more allies. It's quite an ambitious project, and they have been pretty successful so far, so I do imagine they will eventually add all of these things in. But if you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments down below, and I hope to see you in the next video.
Move. Inside.
Damn it. You're wasting your energy. We're locked in by a force field. Just sit tight and make the best of it.
Looks like they threw you quite a welcome party.
I've been here for quite a while already. Just a regular checkup on what I might know. Where did they grab you? Your outfit looks like GMB work crew.
You guessed it.
These jerks here got no style. Bunch of amateurs. They'll be looking to get the best price for you.
So given your professional opinion, you know a lot about outlaws.
Hell, I know a lot more than they'll ever get from me. You hear me? If it ain't Gas Mask, so where's your boss?
Things have changed, Bashar. And because your cellmate here killed the chief, I am now in command.
Did he now?
And for your insults, I will make certain you suffer like never before.
Where's my friend, Corbin Grendel?
He's in the med bay, for now. Maybe he'll live long enough to fetch ransom. Your DNA scans show that you're a military clone pilot. No wonder you bettered my predecessor. I wonder what your face value is. What if I broadcast your profile?
That would be a bad idea. You may not like who will come looking for me.
Why would I heed advice from a clone? I know my business.
Interesting.
Station is under attack! And the turrets!
Friends of yours?
Yeah, the kind who want me dead.
Power outage. The force field is down. This is our chance. Let's try to pry the door open. Help me. Grab the door. Oh. Let's get the hell out of here while they're distracted. This way to the hangar.
Wait, I'm not leaving without my friend.
Don't be an idiot. He's a dead man. Okay, get your friend, but hurry.
Hey, Ben.
Huh? What's happening?
It's our chance to get out of here. Come on.
Forget it, man. I'm done for.
I told you I'm getting you out of here.
Over here.
Thanks for waiting.
My pleasure. I might have more luck with a clone pilot at my side.